Well, good morning and welcome to Retirement Xtreme. Today I'm going to test out the new Hero 7 Black and essentially replace a bunch of stuff that I used to have to use, and especially the one thing that they talk about is having it be the gimbal killer. So this is the old equipment here. If you see what I've got here, inside the camera is a GoPro Hero 5 Black. And I've got the GoPro gimbal, which I have not had a lot of luck with, the Karma Grip. So here's the original Karma Grip, and I would strap this onto the chest mount, and then I would hit it with my knee on anything steeper than a curb that I was going down. Or if I went off a jump, I'd kick it with my knee, and what that would do is it would cause the camera to just throw itself up and look up in the sky and look all kinds of weird directions. Eventually it figured out what it was doing, but it totally blew any decent footage of the drop or the jump. So I was not real happy. Then GoPro came out with this little extender cable, and I thought, oh cool, so I can still mount it on the chesty and I won't hit my knee on it. Well, I didn't hit my knee on it as much, but I was still bashing my knee on it like every ride, because you know, we ride here, which is Aliso and Laguna Wilderness, and I think worldwide these trails are known as some of the steepest, some of the most technical. Not a lot of big hit jumps, but a lot of very vertical drops. So if my knee keeps bashing into the damn thing, then the best part of the ride that I really want to show people, it's going to look like crap. And the other thing that they improved is on the Hero 7 Black, they really improved the sound. I'm going to say the sound that I've gotten out of the Hero 5 Black is bad to horrible. And I don't feel like wearing an external mic and an external sound recorder. And what I've found by looking at the footage from this morning is the sound is a lot better, a lot better. So let me show you my current setup now with the Hero 7 Black. I am using a chest mount. I just got the Stuntman. The chesty, like a lot of people have reviewed already and shown and talked about, doesn't really hold it quite as secure on your chest, and the straps tend to wear out like in 3 or 4 sweaty rides. They're all stretched out. So I've only used the Stuntman twice, yesterday and today, but it's great. I don't think you'll see the footage, but yesterday's ride I had the camera pointing down way too much, and it was, you know, a lot of shots of my feet on the pedals and the ground moving by quickly, and that looked kind of dumb. But the other cool thing is I got this windscreen. It's reasonable price, 2 for $20 I think, and I didn't know it, but it's an actual GoPro windscreen, and I used it today, and it cut down the wind noise a lot. And I didn't put wind reduction mode on the GoPro. I went down the paved part after stair steps where you hit about 25, 30, and I was hearing a lot of wind noise in my ears. But when I just went upstairs and checked the footage, the good news is the wind noise did not translate through this little foam sleeve. So I'm super stoked on that. But if you notice, I put the Hero 7 in this, mounted on my chest with this little foam thing, and I don't need to hook this onto my Camelback strap anymore, and I don't need to put this on my chest mount and have all this stuff sticking down, bulky crap. Now footage wise, I'm gonna be honest, the GoPro gimbal is steadier and some would say a little less nauseating. But to give the Hero 7 Black hyper smooth credit, I kind of like a little bit of the jitter, because in my head even I'm getting rocked pretty hard on some of these stutter bump trails, and especially stair steps. And yeah, okay, sorry if I make you a little queasy watching this latest video, but you know, that's about 1/5 of what it feels like as we're actually dropping it. And the super stoked thing about all of this is the way I have it chest mounted. When I drop into the steepest sections, you see everything I'm seeing, and that is something I've never gotten with a gimbal, And when I had the helmet cam up top, it was so shaky that even though you could see kind of what was going on, it wasn't a fun experience. So overall, Hero 7 Black, hyper smooth, no gimbal, chest mount. I'm perfectly happy with it. I'm probably not going to even pursue the chin mount on the full face helmet because I basically don't like wearing a full face helmet on my day-to-day rides. If I start going to the parks a lot more, doing a lot more jumping, which I'm not so sure I'm going to do anyway, then I'll probably get a full face and do the chin mount. But what you're going to see today is kind of what the videos are going to look like from now on using this setup. So I am really stoked to go start filming all my backyard stuff here, but we've got a Utah trip coming up in a week as well. So we're gonna head out there. We got a group of about 6 or 8 of us, and we're gonna go explore, not making it all the way to Moab. We're gonna go to Gooseberry and then split off a little. My buddy and I are gonna do Grafton Mesa. So we should get some pretty incredible footage of that using the new setup. So have a look at the video now and tell me what you think. Well, it's Thursday morning. We're back up at the top of Five Oaks. Yesterday we came up and tried out the new Hero 7 Black, but on my chest mount I had it pointing too far down. So all we really saw was a bunch of dirt and rocks going by below my tire and frame, which isn't quite the angle I wanted. So I played around with the angles. I just tested it out going down that and it looked pretty good. So now we're gonna do our normal Five Oaks run and then head back up over there and go down stair steps. I figure those two, Five Oaks and stair steps. Five Oaks will help test the windscreen that I got, this little guy, foam thing. And then obviously stair steps will help test the hyper smooth gimbal killer, as well as the angle of the camera to see if you can actually see the steeps right before I drop in on them. Not that stair steps is that gnarly, but it does have a few little rock ledges you roll off, so that'll be a good test. Have at it. I'm gonna roll this so we can see how it does on roll instead of hug. See how our little boost goes. A lot of braking bumps, so that's a good test. Hyper smooth. And we'll go off this little rocky section, got some steeper stuff, and I haven't done this way in a while. Let's see, try the actual stairs. Nah, we'll cut out. All right, interested in seeing how that went. And the new bridge. Still smells fresh. And the old handlebar grabber bridge. With wider bars, that gets harder and harder every quarter inch you add to your bars. All right, let's turn off till stair steps. All right, as mentioned, we're now at the top of Stair Step Trail. Funny, 25 years I've been calling it stair steps, but I think I'll still call it stair steps. But anyway, this should be a really good test. Really good test of the hyper smooth and also of the camera angle. I'll be shooting in 4K and 30 frames per second super view, which is the widest. It takes in the most footage you can. And I'm going to tilt it a little bit more up than I did on 5 Oaks because there are a lot more rock ledge drops here. It's moderate techno for what we're used to in Aliso, but you know, it's still steep enough that what I was looking at on the footage, just on the camera, was on the steep stuff, it did point down a little too much, like looking a lot at the tires. So we'll see if point it up a little for the steeper stuff helps. I have a feeling it will, so looking forward to seeing the footage when we get back to the computer. All right. Rolling into stair steps. Steep ahead. Good. Test out this angle. First rock roller section. Whoa, good and bumpy. That ought to test it. This trail used to be the one I rode most often, probably once a week when my kids were wee little ones back in the 90s. But, you know, everything changes. We've all moved on to other things. So, coming back here, only riding it once every few months, I like to be a little more cautious. Hasn't changed much, but you never know. I've been caught on other trails, car wreck specifically. A section I used to be able to roll turned into a mandatory huck, and I went over the bars big time. Popped a rib out. That was about 1.5 years ago. So, in the Retirement Xtreme land, I decided look before you leap. Probably still do most of these, but I'll just have a look. If I haven't ridden in a while, one winter can change a lot. Stair steps, not so much. A lot of, you know, sandstone that doesn't change overnight. But the ones with a little dirt cover, don't be so sure it's going to be there next time. All right. That should be a really good test of the hyper smooth and the wind reduction. This is about the most wind I'll ever get. So we'll see how the sound comes out at the bottom of this. Supposedly, one of the big improvements of the Hero 7 is the wind reduction. So I put it on stereo sound, and I'm kind of relying on my wind sleeve to fix it. So we'll see if GoPro did a good job on their foam cover too. This is all on you, GoPro. Yours to lose.